Okay, what is Ecoflow really like? So like all my reviews, I've not been paid, I've not even been sent one. I bought this out of my own pocket. What they're not telling you on YouTube, I'm going to tell you exactly what the Ecoflow is like. Should you buy one? Should you not buy one? My honest, independent review, because I bought this with my own money. Shh, don't tell Ecoflow. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of it. Hey YouTubers, so Ecoflow River to be precise, but you know the manufacturer is what I'm pretty much going to review, and then I'll talk about this Ecoflow River too. First of all, a bit of background. So if you saw me, you know that we've been using the Engine Star. Now the Engine Star has lasted as well. It's lasted us less than a year, unfortunately, but because it was still under warranty, I contacted the company and they sent me a 100% refund. So that was 100 and something pounds. I can't remember exactly what I paid on that now, about 175, whatever it was. We got that back, and then I was able to pick up this little baby for less than 250. So not bad. I think these was very low wattage, and then didn't recharge, just died on me. So if anybody wants one for spares, let me know. You can come have it. However, I got this baby, the Ecoflow River, and it's a River Extreme. 0 to 80% in 1 hour recharge, and that's the big thing they're selling about this. So let's go through the specs and review, and we'll talk about what do I think about it. Well, first thing is weight. It's only about 5 kilograms for 600 watt inverter with a boost of 1200 watt, which is great because most items or most electrical items may have a little peak and then they potters off. But let's have a quick look at the view of what it does first of all. So overview, they've got this handle here, which I do think in the later models they've removed because it does make storage a slightly bit of a pain. I would like to maybe a flat top on here, but the handle is good and solid. On the side here, you've got your 2 AC plug sockets. Standard UK plug sockets. They are available in other regions as well. And what I like about these is they're sideways. So when you put a plug in, it doesn't impact, you know, the cables coming this way. I'll throw in some B-roll while I'm talking about this. Look at the front, you have the all-important turn on button there, and then you've got the all-important light. Ooh, look. Now, if anyone's using one of these as a torch, please let me know. I think the light is an absolute waste of time. I don't know why they include them in these power banks. I think what Ecoflow was doing, they looked at all the others and saw that everyone else was doing it. But yeah, having it on the side like that, maybe. But even then, what you're going to do, just walk around like that? No, absolute waste of time. Comment below if you've ever used your light. I mean, at least the Engine Star had their light on the side, so you could have kind of like used it as a torch, but never did. You know, you have torches for that sort of stuff. So comment below if you've ever used the light. So at the front here, the on button brings on. You see there, it tells you you've got 99 hours. It's 71%. I was using this on the ice machine the other day. You've got your light, which obviously is always useful, isn't it? And then you've got your reset button here. This is for, so this is what I really like about this is the fact that it connects via your network onto your phone, so you can control it remotely. Standard cigarette lighter. Easy plug sockets here on the side. You've got a fast USB charger. Then you've got 2 standard USB chargers, and then you've got, like, these are USB-A. And you've got a fast USB-A there, and then you've got a USB-C here. Which this is the only design flaw is this button here. If you've got a plug socket in there, a plug already in there, it's very difficult to get to that button. So that's a negative. Again, I wonder if they've fixed that on later models. So I mean about to turn the power on now, it's under here. Oh, you can just get to. I did manage to turn that on. the fast charger. So if you want to plug it in to recharge, this little clock here, that's for your solar panel charging and your AC charging. Okay, so let's read what the advert spec says here. So you got sizes 28.8 centimeters by 18.5 centimeters. Well, that's approximate, and the weight is approximate 5 kilograms. And it's a power more devices. That's what it says in the spec. Don't know what that spec means. The built with a variety of parts. A variety of parts. Who would put that in an advert? It's built with a variety. Does that mean they've just ripped the parts from other people? I don't know. But that's what it says in the advert. This is 60 watt output with a 288 watt hour capacity. Does mean that it will power something at 600 watts, but it's not going to keep it going for very long. And that's something you've got to bear in mind. Now, that's where the fast charging does help, because the fast charging, it will charge up to 80% in just under an hour, thanks to extreme technology. That's extreme technology. I love it when adverts say terms that mean nothing. What the hell does extreme technology means? But it does charge up very quickly. See, I've plugged it into the AC charger now, and it's in about an hour. I mean, when I first got it, it was dead, and it took less than an hour to charge up. So that bit I have tested out, and it does charge very quickly. Does question what the lifespan is on the lithium batteries, however. And that's the thing I really struggle to find in any of the documentation or specs. And that really tells you how long the item's going to last. Now, these are called cycles, so battery cycles. Now, for the power engine, I think that was supposed to be advertised at over 1,000 power cycles, which you think you power it down, power it back up again over 1,000 times. Should easily last you a year. The Engine Star comes with a 12-month guarantee, which they honoured. Like I say, put it in, I got straight back with a 100% return, because there's no longer available. They did offer me 50% originally, but I fought back and said, well, you give me a new one, so I want a 100% refund, which they did. No quabbles. So there we go with that one. What else is there? Astonishingly fast charging is what they've got in the advert. They're really hoping, they're really focused on this fast charging, and it is quick. If you're looking to higher wattage applications, switch on X boost mode and power appliance up to 1,800 watts. I couldn't figure out how to switch that on, so I'm going to do some Googling, because I did try to charge the kettle and it didn't work. So I'm going to Google it, find out how to switch on the Extreme. That's what it is, the X boost. Let's see how I do that. See there, it's giving 589 watts. So it's still only 600 watts output, and then it just resets. So that's misleading. So it won't actually boil or use a travel kettle. It was getting up to a point, and then it was just switching off. It's warming up, but it wasn't boiling. So clearly the kettle is higher than the 1,000. I'm going to try the burst. Something tells me X boost doesn't actually exist. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. It's certainly not going up to 1,200 watts, or what was it supposed to say? 1,800 watts using X boost. Yeah, it's not doing it. I would expect it to at least boil a kettle, and it's not. 1,800 watts. It's a travel kettle. So anyway, comment below. Should it? But I would expect to at least see 1,800 watts coming out of it at some point when I was using the X boost, and it just wasn't. And I was using the app. I couldn't find a way of pressing a button to turn it on the actual machine itself, but it doesn't seem to be working. So there, I put it on, and it's automated. It's going through, but it's saying it's obviously charging up. It's at 33%. You can see it's got 263 watts input. And hopefully that will charge up. nicely. Recharging time, it says there is an hour. So let's see what that says. So the big question is, do you need one? So a lot of people argue that they've got a power inverter in their motorhome already, which converts their battery power to mains power, to give it simple, AC to DC. But the and depending on your wattage, you can pay for 1,000 watt inverter, battery inverter, over £100 upwards for a half decent one. And obviously then you need to buy the leisure battery, compare the battery, etc., and then that's fitted to your vehicle. We like the power bank purely from a remote working function. So last summer we did a lot of editing outside, we went to the bar, etc. Instead of plugging my laptop into their mains, I actually took the Engine Star with me, put it onto a table. I could edit, we could listen to music, we could recharge our tablets, etc. It was a godsend when we went camping with all the kids and the tablets all died at the same time. We could put it in the tent and it gave us power in the tent as well. So we're not always in the motorhome, so it's useful. For what I'm going to pay for a power inverter for the motorhome, I may as well pay a little bit more and get a complete portable in power solution. Also, I'm not draining my leisure battery. So if I do drain my power station, then I still have lights, etc. in my motorhome. I don't have to worry about being pitch black because I've ruined my leisure battery. And also most leisure batteries, unless you're spending a fortune, £700, £800 on a lithium battery, isn't going to last that sort of recycle beasting that you're going to give it. So I do think that even if you've got a motorhome with an inverter, power stations are useful, and we used as last year a huge amount, hence I bought another one the minute the Engine Star died. So yes, they are useful. They are value for money would be the next question, I'd guess, but certainly I think they're a useful bit of kit. We used ours loads last year, and like I say, with the minute the Engine Star broke down and wouldn't recharge, unfortunately, it was still within the 12 months warranty. I got my money back. I went out and bought another one, but a bigger one. And I would say go for the higher wattage that you can afford. Like I say, your 600 watt River, or the River 1 if they're calling it, because there's now a River 2, you can pick up for around about 250, 230, 250. There's different prices all over the place. They also go second hand. I would always question ordering or buying a second hand power station, because you don't know how many cycles it's had. I mean, that user could have used up to 1,000 cycles, and you could be paying a fortune for something that is going to die very quickly on you. So I do think they're worth it. At the price around about the 250 mark, let's say the Engine Star was around about the 175 mark, and we loved it and used it a hell of a lot. So highly recommended. I do think you do need a power station. Do you need the River 1 power station? Well, let me think about it. Okay, so is it really worth it? Well, jumping from a 300 watt to a 600 watt doesn't really make much difference in what you can actually run with it. Most things that you can run with a 300 watt power station, you can run with a 600 watt. What you really need, if you want to power anything a bit bigger, then you're wanting to look at the 1,000, 2,000, but you're then talking about silly amounts of money. So I would say, wattage wise, the jump between 300 watts and a 600 watt really isn't that massive. 300 watts will do everything you really need. It will charge your laptops, it will charge your fans, it will run your fan if you've got a fan. Yes, the Ecoflow will run my ice maker for about an hour, but again, it's that watt hours that you need to look at. So do I think the Ecoflow is worth the money? No, actually I think it's a waste. I think even at 250, I still think it's overpriced. If you can pick up one for 300 watts, then that's going to do everything you really need to do. Like I say, we use it to run laptops, charge up torches, etc. Put up a battery pack will do all that for you anyway. if you're going to work off grid, I'm going to test it. We're going to use it for the summer season. Certainly see what the wattage is on the for when charging the laptop, etc. But first impressions, I'm not impressed. I certainly wouldn't be recommending it on this video. If you do have a River one, then comment below what your views are. Did you manage to get it going over 600 watts? And also, what did you think? If you are thinking of buying one, I would hold off. I'm going to test this a bit more. I wasn't impressed that it's overheating going. I was trying to run the kettle and I was charging up, so it's saying it's overheating, so let it cool down a bit. See what it's going to be like, how it's going to perform in the summer. I was actually very impressed with the engine start. Unfortunately, for the price, they don't make them anymore, which is a shame. But I say it lasted me 12 months, and you know, we used it a great deal. Like pretty much every weekend we went away. So having a power station is useful. I do think they're worth the money. I personally, at the present moment, wouldn't be recommending the Ecoflow River. I don't know what the others are like. I didn't have the money to buy anything more. That's all I could afford. But certainly, if you've got £250 to spend, I wouldn't be spending it on the Ecoflow. Yes, fast charge is very cute and very useful, but at the present moment, my first impressions of this is not very good. So, doesn't get the DK recommendation. I think it's slightly overpriced still. If it comes down to around about the 200 mark, then yeah, maybe they're probably worth the investment. But I'm going to have to test this out a lot more and put a lot more usage into it before I can give you my recommendation. See, come here for honest, independent reviews. You're going to get the truth. You know, Ecoflow didn't fly me out anywhere. They didn't send me 800 of them to review. They're not paying me. I had to pay for that my own pocket. So come here for your honest, independent reviews. And at the present moment, I wouldn't be recommending it. And I think even if they sent me one, I would have still struggled to recommend it because it doesn't do what it says on the tin. I can't get the boost working. It certainly isn't giving me the power it's saying it should be. And it was hovering around, it wasn't even getting up to 600 watts when I was trying to boil the kettle and was just tripping all the time. So won't run things like your heaters. That's, you know, even the smallest heater is about 1,000 watts to run that. And also, the higher the wattage, the more the drain, the quicker it's going to run out of power. So we don't use a huge amount of power in Millie anyway. If we're off grid, we're off grid. Bear in mind, I've gone from camping to motorhoming, so the fact that I have a light that I can switch on with a switch, I'm happy. You know, I don't need all the mod cons. I go away to get away from my coffee machine. Oh, it will run a coffee machine, a Tissimo coffee machine. I tested that out. It will run it for about 14 minutes, so you might get a couple of coffees out of it. But then you've got a dead power bank that you need to charge up. So me personally, yeah, it's the wattage hours. I think it's too low on this. Yes, it's fast charging. Reason it's fast charging is it's got a small tank. So you think of it as a little fuel tank, it's got a tiny fuel tank. So that's why you get the fast charging and the big push that they're selling that it charges quickly within an hour. Well, it's because you've got a tiny fuel tank. You know, I can fill my car up. If my car's only got a 1 litre fuel tank, then it's going to fill up quickly. I wouldn't be bragging the fact that it refills quickly because it also empties quickly. So, yeah, I'm not overly impressed. So, save your money. And maybe there's another product. Unfortunately, I can't afford to go and buy another one, so I can't afford to review anymore. But certainly, my view of Ecoflow, yes, it's nice design. I like the app. It's clever. It's pretty. But it's not functional. And the fact that they put a light on the front of it just tells me they didn't really think about it. What the other products are like, I know this was their very first product, so maybe it's improved, and maybe the River 2 is better, but it's also more expensive. The only reason I picked this up because I saw that it dropped massively in price. When this first launched, it was £700, £700 to £800. I think if I paid £700, £800 for this, I would be gutted. The fact that I paid £200 for it, I got it second hand off a friend. I'm still slightly gutted, but I think it's probably worth about £200. I will use it. Certainly isn't worth £800. If you bought it out when this came out new, I bet you're gutted. But comments below, what did you think? Did you enjoy it? Is it any good? Are you enjoying yours? Do you have a River 2, Delta? They've brought out loads of other products at the moment, but certainly their induction product, no wonder they give these away to all the YouTubers, because I think if they were waiting for word of mouth or honest reviews like me, we would have slated it. Sorry guys, not for me. Till the next video, catch you soon. Don't forget, if you like it, click subscribe, all the comments below as well. It really helps the channel. Doesn't cost you anything, helps me, makes me smile. Catch you later.